Another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, once all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is they going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take out and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the first, you're in distraction zone.
Hello and welcome everybody to Formula 2 SLR. We're back here for round, I believe it's round 7 here in Spa in Belgium. And it's a very interesting track indeed. Talking to you from the commentary booth are Ever Snaxolotl and Boosted Miss.
Yep, good evening everybody. Hope everyone's strapped in, ready to go. It's a legendary racetrack, of course, so really excited for this one. Already seeing a few retirements actually in the qualifying session here as well. Looks like Dragon and McKenda are both out already.
And we do have Linda Vinkie challenging for pole here after Pretorius has been quite dominant in the past few races. I think he's taken the victory in all of the past 4 races because, as we know, there is both the sprint race and the feature race, so much more opportunity for those fast drivers to take a race victory. And yeah, Pretorius definitely very far in the championship lead right now. I think he's leading by almost 80 points at this point.
Yeah, he's got a huge lead at the minute, 190 points he's on, and McKenda comes in second currently at 112.
Yeah, that is an insane lead, and he's going to be hoping to make that an even bigger gap today.
There's no game audio on stream, I'm being informed.
Oh, alright. I don't know why. Give me 1 second. Properties.
Yeah, as we carry on watching the laps coming in here, we've got Pretorius is currently in the lead in the qualifying laps. Looks like he's in a position to continue his commanding control over this season.
I genuinely have no clue why it's not working. I will try to get it working as soon as I can.
And across the line, so Pretorius sticks it on pole, and by quite a comfortable gap as well, almost half a second. So that's a very good pole position time from Pretorius. Danny comes in just in a close second there. And we've got, I think that was Blinda Vinkie's going to be starting in third.
Yeah, it seems like the audio just doesn't want to work. This might... Yeah, I think this might work as a temporary fix. Alright, yeah, we have Pretorius on pole ahead of Danico and Blinda Vinkie. The top 3 here.
Icewind, of course, in 4th position. Icewind, I think, our race winner from one of the race winners from last week. In 4th position there as well. Larson's in 5th. We've got George in 6th. Ace Boy, Futuristic, who had a brilliant showing last week, actually. He rounds out the top 8.
And we do actually have 5 cars who didn't set a time, so they will be trying to make those places up in the race. As we're now heading into the feature race, of course, the longer of the 2 races.
Just wonder if chat can let us know at the earliest opportunity if we do have game signed now or not.
I believe we should.
A 30-second wait now anyway. So yeah, the guys will be selecting their strategies and that. Looks like it's going to be a dry race today. No sign of any cloud or anything at all, so yeah, this should be good. Expecting carnage, I think, into the first corner. Very, very tight and tricky first corner, and of course everybody tends to bunch up as they head into there as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of a mess in Spa in the first corner sometimes, but then especially, I'd say especially Eau Rouge is going to be very interesting to watch on the first lap, because those cars, they're all very close in speed. So I'm expecting several people to go at least 2 wide there. Oh, and we already have cars off in the first turn.
Okay, so we have got audio now, apparently.
Oh, actually, now
Chief's saying
looking...
game audio is good, and Tipsy Bob is saying it's very low, so I'm not sure.
Oh, that's great, that's great. Oh yeah, I think it would be lower than usual. Oh, I can turn it up though.
Yep, Jensen's suggesting 1 extra.
I have turned it up. Actually, I'm going to turn it up even more. Yeah, here. Let's go.
Chief still proclaiming that it's fine, and Bob needs to turn up his hearing aid. Okay, so I think we're good now.
Is it better now, or is it too loud now? I can't really judge it. Just let us know. We'll read the chat before we start the race.
Chief says it's too loud.
Oh, come on!
Can't hear boosted. But then Jensen says this is perfect, and Tipsy Bob says no. Oh, I don't know.
Alright, I'm gonna turn it to something in between. Alright, this should be in between. Either it's fine now or it isn't, you know. Here, you have some onboard audio as well. Let us know if it's good now.
Chief says turn me up and turn me down.
Oh my god.
Boosted, turn down, but then Jensen's still saying this is good. I don't know. There's more people saying this is good than it's not.
Alright, I'm gonna move my microphone slightly further away from my head.
Let's just go with this, and that's that. I've had enough of playing with audio.
Yeah.
Shut up, chat. You're wrong.
I have moved my microphone slightly further away.
Yeah, sit down and enjoy the race. Stop complaining about the audio.
Let's have fun. Let's have fun with this race. Yeah, so we have some really quick cars at the back, I say. We have Joel in 16th, and then Dragon and McKender also didn't set a lap apparently in qualifying. McKender, who's apparently also disqualified from the formation lap, so he's gonna have cold tires. And we also have Crystal, who's called George Don't Hit Me in game, also at the back. So I'm expecting some comeback drives here from the back of the field.
Yeah, it's quite a mix. Schnelly Henke, of course, with us today in F2 as well. Forgot to mention him. So he's going to have a go at the F2 cars. So keep an eye on him. He's been very fast in F1 recently in Tier 4.
We are, by the way, we're now being told by chat to pan audio to the left.
Yeah, we're not doing that, chat. You guys could just deal with it now.
Alright.
So lights are coming on now. 4 lights, 5 lights. Here comes a little bit of lag. Any minute now, and we're off. Okay, so Pretorius looks like he's made a very good start there, actually, to be fair. Danny, I think, keeping in pace. So top 3 look like they're holding their positions at the moment. There's a bit of touching there coming into the first corner. Somebody spun around at the very back there. I think that's Ace Boy that's gone around on the starting grid. Everybody else looks to have made a fairly clean getaway as Owen picks up a penalty there for a collision with Ace Boy.
Oh, and everybody's slowing down. Is that a safety car? Yes, full safety car again. This is kind of turning into a tradition now. First lap safety cars.
Yeah, that's the common occurrence. I'm just going to quickly request that you send me a quick invite if possible.
Yes, of course.
The game this week, not my computer, I'll add.
There you go.
Seems to have just crashed out for some reason.
Okay.
I'll join you back momentarily.
Alright, and I'm trying to figure out who caused the safety car here. We have 2 cars with penalties. I don't actually think anybody even crashed out. Wait.
Well, I think so. There was contact between Owen and Ace Boy, I think, at the start there. Owen
Okay,
picked
yeah,
up a
Owen
penalty
does
for
have
it,
a
and Ace Boy
penalty.
did go around. I'm not sure quite what else went on. Chief
And there's also a drive-through.
Something with Schneider Henke in the back with Vans.
Yeah, Van's got a drive-through penalty for something, but that might be a safety car thing. Oh no, Van's definitely has wing damage here, and I think Schnellhenke has almost lost the complete wing. Yeah, so it might have been those two. I'm gonna check if Owen has wing damage. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like wing damage for Owen.
So yeah, he's got lucky there. That's me back in game again.
I'm gonna check out
Thanks
the
for that,
tires here.
Codemasters.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the tires yet. So we have Ace Boy, the first of the medium runners, and then behind them there's also a few more cars running on the medium tire.
Yeah, so a real mix of strategies here. We've almost got a 50-50 split on the grid between soft and medium.
Yeah, it
Just to
seems
see
like.
how that's going to fare for them.
Okay, so yeah, Ace Boy was the only car in the top 10 that chose the medium tire. So, gonna be interesting to watch here.
It looks like Vans has got a penalty as well, so I wonder if that's for his collision with Schneider Henke then at the beginning there as well. As the safety car now picks up the grid. Hopefully it's only going to be one lap. I don't see why there should be any more than that. Everybody's together still, so
yeah.
Looking forward to getting this racing underway again. A couple of guys pitting already at the back there. So
Yeah, I think that's the two wing damage pits. Yes.
Yep.
Luckily, they're not from the same team, so they're not going to be losing too much time here. But they should be able to catch up quite quickly on this long track. Oh yeah, we only have 13 laps here in the feature race, and the sprint race is going to be even less. So very short races here, I assume, or at least
quite a long circuit this one. So
it might make overtaking pretty hard. Yeah, I'm thinking
so.
if you don't have too many laps to try and make an overtake happen on the what is it called, the long straight?
Camel Straight, is that right?
Could be.
I'm sure chat will correct us, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we've got just seen their Vans is back out now, having made his pit stop for his wing. Of course, he still has a penalty to serve. I don't know, is that timed or is that going to be a drive-through? Just check. It's a drive-through for Vans as well. So yeah, he's really going to suffer here. Of course, he can't serve that under the safety car either.
The timing screen is still messed up after more than a full lap. Almost 2 laps now. I'm kind of hoping it'll fix itself before the restart. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad for me, but then I have essentially relogged, so I don't know if that's helped at all.
We're gonna take a quick look here at the track map. So we still have the 2 cars that pitted pretty far behind, but they should be able to catch up by the time we reach start finish. So might be in this lap.
Yeah, it does look like the timings for you are a bit messed up still. So hopefully that fixes itself out soon. I think I can still see the timings at the minute. Everybody's within a second of one another, of course, other than Schneider Henke and Vans, who are currently playing catch up. Racing back underway hopefully soon. I didn't see a message about the safety car coming in this lap.
Yes,
So
I don't think it's
going to get another lap.
Of course, in Belgium, that's gonna cost quite a bit of race time here, because those 3 laps are gonna be a good chunk of the race here. So even less chances for the cars at the back to make their way up.
Well, surprisingly difficult to stay in formation under a safety car as well, I find. You kind of almost get mesmerised by the car ahead of you, trying to copy what they're doing, and then if they end up making a mistake, you tend to get yourself involved in it as well, so hopefully everybody manages to try and keep it clean.
Okay, so Vans is not making the mistake of going into the pits under the safety car to serve a drive-through penalty. We've seen that before and it doesn't work. You're basically forced to do a pit stop if you enter the pits during a safety car.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully this will be the final lap that we have on the safety car. We only have a limited number of laps here as it is, and really keen to see some racing, so I this is the last lap.
I've gotta say though, it is kind of beautiful watching all these cars going up Eau Rouge and Radeon, and then down the straight. Very, very beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lovely track. This, I think it's definitely one of my favourites. Lots of technical corners on it, lots of straights as well, and of course it's just one of those legendary status tracks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Spa. It's one of those big, I guess a bit like Nordschleife, you know, in the sense of it's the one that people want to prove themselves on.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, somebody spun out and hit the wall. It's
Oh!
Vinky's gone off.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Safety car.
Ah, that is gonna hurt his chances for the race win.
Oh, and he joins back on in the middle of the queue of traffic, which has caused a few hold-ups and stuff. I hope he's going to get penalised for passing one.
Yeah, I think people are getting penalties here. Oh, I think they're letting Linda Vinky go back up the order.
So yeah, he is missing half his wing now. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I was actually watching him at the time. It looks like he just spun himself out, which is, you know, cold tyres perhaps. He maybe not been weaving quite enough. Really unfortunate. He was in a very good position there in third.
Yeah, and that's a lot of wing
Looking forward
damage.
to a good fight there. Yeah. Safety car in this lap then. So we expect Pretorius to start to slow them down. This is going to be another thing that's going to be quite awkward then as well. Linda Vinky's going to have to try and dive into the pit entrance without impeding everybody else. It's now going to be potentially going for it if Pretorius drops early.
Yeah, so Pretorius going slow for a good time here, letting a big gap form to the safety car.
Yep, I'd imagine well, you kind of have no option really but to wait until after the chicane before hitting the throttle. So race restarts now, and of course we see there's a number of people going into the pits in the background there actually.
Several of the soft runners are going for the mediums here pretty early, I'd say.
Probably not a bad strategy actually to get your pit stops out of the way as quick as you possibly can. Icewind is showing up in second here, so he's made he's benefited greatly from that restart. Danny slips back down to third. We've got Larson in fourth, right up behind him, following up through Eau Rouge now. There's a small gap, and Futuristic has actually managed to jump up to fifth position from eighth, so he's having a wonderful drive today. In fact, we see Danny and Larson are side by side now, coming down into the tight right-hand chicane here.
Yes, Danny taking the inside and trying to keep that position. Locks up a bit, but stays in front for now. Without DRS.
Involved in that now as well.
Oh, and Icewind has spun! That's the next one in the wall. Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure on these drivers today, and not everybody's keeping it on track.
Yeah, difficult when so many laps behind the. Well, I say so many laps behind the safety car. It's only a couple, but you know, such a long track distance to be sat behind the safety car. You know, tyres are going to be caught.
Icewind just got disqualified. Yeah, I think he might have gone backwards on track.
Wow, that's so unfortunate. That's something, you know, I wish Codemasters would fix that. It's such a shame that unfairly disqualification, well, disqualifying people for trying to stay out of the way, you know. I guess you can argue it's difficult to program that into the algorithm. Let's see, Nico Rosberg's just spun off as well.
Yeah, everybody seems to be getting caught out here. That's going to help the guys who pitted early, and of course, for example, Linda Vinky with the wing damage earlier. Owen has just overtaken Ace Boy here, it seems. Owen with a 5-second penalty, of course. That's going to have to be served at the pit stop.
We see Joel and McKenda are both going to be side by side coming into the final chicane here. Looks like McKenda's trying to get down the inside of him, but Joel's obviously got the inside line for the next corner as we pass us spinning around Max Schmitz, I think it was. Coming down across start finish straight, McKenda now just has his nose ahead. Of course he's on the inside now for the first turn. Joel isn't giving that position up though, goes around the outside, tries to hold it, but has to concede in the end.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see them keep fighting, especially with Joel behind on the softer tire. He's going to try to get past here right after the Redilon, I guess.
It looks like he's got a good amount of speed on McKenda here. I don't think his DRS should actually be enabled already, is it? No, it's not by mistake, so he's going to have to do this without DRS. They are side by side once again.
And he is on the inside, brakes a tiny bit later, but McKenda gets on the throttle very, very early and keeps the position for now.
just about touching. There's a yellow
Oh,
flag.
and another car is...
Up ahead.
Yeah,
Who's that?
that's
Owen
McKender.
and-
Is it McKender? Yeah, McKender and Owen both spun there.
Yeah.
And I think Owen almost spun again.
So I wonder what that was. If that was Owen's mistake and McKender possibly spinning in reaction to that, maybe trying to take avoiding action. He has got front wing damage now, as McKender, unfortunately, so he's going to have to pit again.
Yeah, I could definitely see it being a possibility of one of them losing control of their car and the other just running into them, because they were running pretty close, I'd say.
Yep. I think Owen also now has wing damage, so both of those guys are going to have to pit this lap, unfortunately.
Yes, Owen definitely
Jensen
has
suggesting
wing
that it's slippery there. I wonder
It seems like the whole track is very slippery today. Nico Rosbot trying to get Nico Rosbot now trying to get past McKender, but McKender doesn't want to give up that position. Even though he does have quite some wing damage, I'd say. We have Crystal right behind Dragon for P5, and
just looking at the
Pretorius and Danny are pitting.
Just looking at the position changes here, Dragon and Crystals have jumped up 13 and 14 places respectively. That's now 15 and 16 places respectively as they come across the line and pass the guys in the pits.
Yeah, they've gone
a wonderful drive today.
They've gone from the very back to the very front. Of course, that's in part because some of the soft runners have pitted already. Actually, almost all of them now. And of course, also these spins, they're going to help the car start at the back to regain some of those positions.
Yep, absolutely. Of course, Crystals and Dragon both running on the medium tyres at the minute. Ace Boy as well, he's managed to get himself back up to the top.
Oh, and Blinovinkia takes the fastest lap. So fastest lap and not in last place anymore either. I think Blinovinkia is still going to try to make a bit of a comeback here, but it's going to be very tough to get into the top 10, even with people making mistakes here. Yep. Pretorius easily overtakes Nico Rosbot here with the DRS and the fresher tires.
Just looking at his teammate Larson, who's right up at the front there, almost 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. Of course, he is running on the softer compound tyre, will likely have to pit before the end of the race, but yeah, he's able to get his foot down now and get some quali laps in.
We almost saw Snellhanke spin there. I think somebody else has spun in that exact position before. So yeah, very hard to keep these cars on track, it seems.
He's coming under a lot of pressure from Danico at the minute as well as they're going through the long left-hand corner there.
And I do think I saw...
Danny's coming down the inside of him now. He puts him onto the outside for the following corner. Snellhanke's not giving that position up, so they're still side by side, but he's ultimately forced wide, and Danny takes the position from him now. Well, Snellhanke looks like he's going to come back on him. Oh, it looked like he was going to try and go around the outside. I think he pulled out of it at the last second there, and yeah, that fight for 10th will go on another lap.
Meanwhile, Crystal and Dragon are still battling very heavily for what is now P2 on track. They're really close, and they're going to be fighting with the DRS in just a second.
Larson, of course, pitting there from the lead, so he's going to jump onto the medium compound tyre now. And as you say, that's released the front runners somewhat.
Oh, Blinovinkia now takes a 3-second time penalty at the back.
Yeah, I think I suspect we might see a couple of those. It's quite easy to run wide on this track without spinning. There's several corners where it's quite easy to cut. So yeah,
Crystal trying to take the inside. Crystal doesn't quite get past Dragon here. Not quite enough over speed into that corner. He's gonna stay very close. We also have Danico, who's already caught up to Nico Rosbot now. He's making his way back up to the front here after his pit stop.
There's quite a gap between the top three and the rest of the guys that's formed a bit there now. Dragon has got a time penalty though, 3 seconds. We do see a yellow flag. Sector 1, Sector 2, and Blinovinkia leaves the session. What? Yeah, he's indeed, he's spun off the track there by the look of it. I think his car doesn't look like it has any damage. I don't know, is that a quit or... I mean, it's AI driving that car for him now, of course. I wonder if that was DC in a crash maybe, or if that was a crash and a rage quit. I hope it's not a rage quit, but...
We have Dragon right on the tail of Ace Boy now. they're fighting hard for first place on track. As Ace Boy actually goes into the pits after only 6 laps, that's going to be quite a distance to make on the soft tires. And we still have Crystal right behind Dragon here.
Yep, Crystals is going down the inside. There's a slight tap there between the wheels. I don't think Dragon will have liked that very much, but yeah, Crystal's looking very racy tonight. Pretorius has moved himself back up into 3rd position as well, so he's on a charge now as well.
Yeah, and he's definitely gonna be in first place after these 2 pit stops. Dragon and Crystal, of course, haven't pitted yet.
Crystal goes for it. He's going down the inside, and he makes it stick. That looked easy.
That looked like a very easy move. Yeah, beautiful.
Dragon is now pushing back down to 2nd, but he's still very, very close. So Crystal's not quite safe yet. It looks like Dragon might still be able to potentially make another dive into one of the next corners.
Oh, Ace Boy, who just got out of the pits on the fresh softer tires, is now under attack by George. But George stays behind for now. Ace Boy probably has just enough speed to stay ahead on those fresh tires. As we see Zod making a big mistake here. I don't know if there was any contact, but he went off track by quite a bit there.
Some quite tight fighting actually all the way up and down the field. Zod is under a little bit of sustained pressure from Gerla at the minute. Gerla of course has a penalty, so we'll need to try and make that pass and then put 3 seconds on him if he wants to keep that position.
Yeah, Zod looks like his tires are overheating hard. I don't think there's wing damage, so it's probably just the tires, because he did just almost spin the car. And we have Ace Boy moving past Vans now. Yeah, those fresh softs are gonna be... Oh, Golawi just retired. And Zod also is missing a wing. Well. Yeah, I think they might have touched there.
He's trying to follow one of the other drivers.
Oh, Danny also spins. Danny was on a charge there,
and
but
we've got a safety car.
A full safety car.
Yep.
Another one. So let's say goodbye to another 3 laps then. And it's gonna be a very interesting end of the race. Oh, that's gonna help Crystal and Dragon a lot. They've been fighting for quite a bit now, but they're gonna have a free pit stop here. And Pretorius also does a pit stop. I think he's just reacting to these other 2 in front of him. Nico Rosspot also pulling into the pits, and now Larson is gonna be the first one to stay out.
I think get ready for some carnage, guys, because this is gonna be a mad sprint to the end of the race. This is gonna be brilliant.
And depending on how many of these cars are going to pit now, it might take a while for the safety car to come back in.
Yeah, the cars are quite spread out, so but I do think the safety car will come in with a couple of laps to go if it's close to the end of the race.
I think it has to come in after lap 11. I think there has to be 3 more laps of racing. We're going to take a quick look at the penalties now. Dragon is on 3 seconds, we have Ace Boy on 5 seconds, and then a bit further down the grid we have Vans and Max Builds on 3 seconds each. Blinovinky, who lost connection I believe, also 3 seconds, and Zod has 5 seconds of penalties, but I think he might be pitting right now. Yes, Zod. Oh, I think Zod has to fix his wing anyway. Yeah, so very unfortunate for Gurla there. He was just fighting. He was just fighting with Zod for a position. Zod, who had been called out on those overheating tires, and I believe there must have been some contact there.
Yeah, easily done. There's getting another notification for Iceman's disqualification, which is a bit strange, but we'll gloss over that.
Well, I didn't see it anyway, so. Yeah, Crystal has gained 18 positions, and he is on the fresh softs now, right? Yeah.
Yep, he's got brand new softs on there. He's in a phenomenal position to do well now.
Yeah, he's probably in the best position he could be in right now. While Pretorius, with his extra stop, has lost quite some positions here. He's down to 9th.
Futuristic as well. Looks like he might be able to capitalise on his good performance from last week if he can stay close to Dragon for the rest of this race without letting Ace Boy by. He should be able to inherit that 3rd position. It's honestly, probably a bit of a tough ask because of the difference in tyre compound.
Honestly, I think with these tires, I think, and especially when we're going right down the long straight right after the restart, I think this might be down to however quick Crystal and Dragon manage to get past Larson, and then Futuristic is gonna have to hang on to the back of Larson any way he can, just to keep that DRS for the last few laps.
Elliott.
Yeah, so we are seeing some different strategies here now. I'd say about half of the grid just pitted for a fresh set of softs, trying to...
Christos leaves the session.
Oh, that
That's
is not
a
good.
DC.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to invite him back. I think I've got him in my friends list.
Yep. Yeah, that is not good.
Do I not have him? I don't.
Unless he's.
Oh, he might just have lost.
I don't see him at all in the list, so I'm going to guess that he's disconnected completely. We'll keep an eye on that.
Builds get a 5-second penalty
before the safety car comes back in.
Let's take a quick look at the penalties again. Yeah, Max Belts and I think McKenna as well both got a penalty there. Linda Vinky now rejoins the session, so maybe charge from the back.
Yeah, could be on something here.
But I don't think his AI decided to pit. No, he's going to be on old mediums. The oldest on the field, in fact. Yeah, so Dragon is going to try to make up that 3-second penalty, but it's going to be hard to get past Crystal at the start, at the restart.
Do we have Crystal's back in the race yet? Or is he still off?
Oh yeah, actually I think he's not in yet.
I think he is. It has flashed up on my screen saying he's started the game up again.
For some reason I'm not getting these messages. I think he might be more knowledgeable than me.
Though.
Yeah, he's still kind of see-through.
We're good.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, so gotta be very interesting restart. We still have Schnellenke quite a bit behind, but we'll have to see if the safety car decides to come in this lap or stay out for one more.
Yeah, I think I'd imagine it's going to pit in this lap. Surely there's no more obstacles of that on track at all to try and get around.
Well, you say that,
but he'll catch up surely.
You say that, but the last time we had the safety car, it also decided to stay out for another lap for no reason. Oh, yeah. Wait, what's happening now? Okay.
This looks okay. Yeah, everybody's punched up a little bit.
Alright, safety car in.
A bit slow. Yeah, safety car's lights are off, so we're good.
Wonderful.
So Larson controls the pace of this restarting lap now. Then. Hopefully everybody can keep it clean as everybody gets bunched up now coming down the back straight here. Call it straight, it's not really a straight, is it? It's a long curve, but it may as well be straight. It's taken flat, so...
Yeah. Larson's not going too slow here. I think Larson wants to keep the heat in his mediums.
He wants to get on with it, but I think he knows that he's in a vulnerable position here, so he needs to get a good start.
Yeah, and they've definitely gone now.
And we are racing
again. I
yeah.
think Joel has spun. I think Joel has spun at the back.
Yes, I think you're right. And he's got wing damage, unfortunately, as well. So that's ruined his race, unfortunately. I'd imagine he'll try and run that to the end of the race regardless now.
We're going to take a look here at Crystal's perspective. He's going to be a bit quicker here on the straight due to the slipstream and the softer tires.
Yeah, that gap is already closing significantly to Larson. Now he's dropping. He's going to go for it. Larson's defending the inside, but Crystals looks like he's going to try and send it around the outside.
Oh, that was close.
Of course, this lines him up brilliantly for the next corner as well, and he makes it stick. Yeah, easy. That was a very good pass.
And now Dragon is going to try to get past as well.
Yep. Dragon looking to capitalise on this. A big lockup from Crystals coming into the corner there, which has cost him a bit of time, but I think he'll be able to put a bit of a gap in now whilst Dragon and Aceboy try and stumble their way past Larson.
A bit further down, we see McKender making moves on those older soft tires.
Yeah, a couple of changes from position going down the back. They've got more than half the field have got penalties now as well, so this is going to be something that's going to factor in when we finish this race.
However, it is mostly people outside the top 8, so in the top 8 we only have Dragon and Aceboy with penalties. I'm going to check real quick what penalties they have. Yeah, so 3 seconds for Dragon and 5 seconds for Aceboy. That's going to hurt both of those drivers. We have Dragon right behind Larson. He's trying to make the move here.
Just see a position change there between McKender and Sonny coming down the back straight, but it's not over yet. They are almost touching. They're so close as they come down towards
And now
the
Dragon is
chicane.
taking the inside here into bus stop. Dragon keeping P2.
Oh, and Ace Boy coming down on the opposite side of him as well. So briefly 3 wide there as Larson's passed by Ace Boy and by Dragon at the same time. And we have a yellow flag in sector 3. That's one of the Primas. I think that's George. Looks like he's gonna arrive there. I can't tell if he's got any damage.
Danny and Pretorius are going very racy here. I think they were both trying to get past Futuristic, but I think now Pretorius might just be looking at a move towards Danny here. Yeah, those fresh soft tires are really quick.
So they're already side by side coming down the back straight here now as they close in on Futuristic. This could get a bit messy here as it looks like they might.
And Ace Boy makes a move on Dragon.
Almost.
Yeah, Pretorius takes this position, but further up the field, we do have Ace Boy moving past Dragon now for P2. Oh, now Danny takes the 3-second penalty, and McKender behind him also. Oh, I think it might be more than just a penalty for Danny.
Oh,
there's several.
Back there. That's Vans retires. And I think that's Joel again. Has gone. Oh, there's another big crash there. There's all kinds of carnage going on.
Oh God,
in the back.
that's a mess.
2 or 3 cars just like piling into an already pretty big accident there. Can't even tell who's all involved in that. There's at least 3 or 4 there.
Pretorius now making the move on Futuristic here. Very good overtake through this chicane here. Yeah, he takes P5.
Look at the gap Crystals has already. He's just put in a purple sector 2. He's 1.5 seconds up just about already.
And he also doesn't have a penalty, so that's gonna make it easier for him to keep that first place.
Tipsy Bob in the chat quite rightly pointing out there as well that.
Oh, and by the way, we do actually have Blindavinkia making moves and trying to get back here, trying to make a good recovery drive. He just moves past Sonny for P8.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So he's managed to jump up quite well there then as well. As we see George retires.
Futuristic now takes 3 seconds. Alright, I think I'm just gonna show the penalties now because tire information doesn't matter as much anymore.
Yeah.
So we have 5 seconds for Ace Boy. I don't think he's gonna be keeping that position in front of Dragon. By the way, Dragon is in a good
position here. So is Pretorius. So,
Dragon is in the DRS window here, so Dragon is gonna try to get past Ace Boy again. On track.
I think he's made it.
Yeah.
He has.
Good overtake.
That looked really straightforward.
Yeah, he had a lot of overspeed. I think he got a good run out of Redalon.
So Crystal's still managing to hold that 1.5 second gap. He's only got half a lap left, well, a little over half a lap to go now.
I do think McKender also just moved past Futuristic, so Futuristic struggling to keep these positions with the old tires. Who else do we have on the old tires? Didn't Larson restart the race in P1 on the old tires?
We have got Futuristic, Blindavinky, Sonny, Danny. They're kind of on the older tires. McKender's on a 6-lap old soft, so he's going to have to push a little bit as well. Everybody else is on relatively new tires after pitting during the safety car period there.
We still have Ace Boy right behind Dragon. Those two are not willing to give it up here. But currently Dragon is these 3 seconds ahead of Larson that he needs to keep podium position. So looking pretty good for Dragon if he doesn't make a huge mistake here fighting Ace Boy.
Same can't be said for Ace Boy. It looks like he might lose his 3rd position to Pretorius, as Pretorius and Larson swap positions just on the entry into the last chicane there.
Oh, and I think Blindavinky just lost his chance for points on his recovery drive because he got another penalty. Yeah, so we do have Crystal keeping P1 easily, but then Dragon right behind. And Pretorius takes the last podium position because he didn't have any penalties. Ace Boy dropping down to P5 with a penalty. And I think quite some cars behind that actually had those 3-second penalties as well. So there are some position changes, but not too many. Blindavinky drops down to P12 after a good recovery drive. And I think Sonny made quite some profit off those penalties. I think he didn't have a penalty.
Of course, the big news, of course, is Crystal's taking that victory from right at the back of the grid. So he's up 19 positions, if you can believe that.
Oh
Dragon
yeah,
as
you're
well,
right.
just behind on 16 positions. So first and second actually started right at the back of the grid.
Yeah, those
This
two have
race.
some insane drives. I mean, I said it at the start. There's going to be some good recovery drives from the back of the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Crystal
And,
here getting the driver of the day from the game, but I think for the future race, we might agree on that.
Yeah, I think so. See what the sprint race holds, but yeah, that's quite worthy, I think.
But we do have
Unbelievable
Pretorius. We do have Pretorius taking that fastest lap once more. I think he's very eager to take those fastest laps on every single track. I don't know how many he has taken, but it is definitely several of them. Alright, so for the sprint race we're gonna have the reverse grid start, of course, which means Vikander is gonna start in P1. Futuristic, I think he's gotten lucky, or well, he has driven well as well, to take P7 here again, which means second place at the sprint race start. He's gonna be trying to hang on to that second place throughout the sprint race, and I think the sprint race is just gonna be a few laps. I don't know how many. I'm assuming maybe 9 or 10 laps, not more than that.
I think it's going to be over quite quickly. There's going to be quite a frantic pace, I think, set in this next race. Crystals, of course, has it all to do again now. He'll be starting down in 8th, so see if he can repeat some of his pace from the first race here, from the feature race.
Yeah. In F2, you would assume that the feature race is a bit more calm, and you're gonna have a bit of breathing space in between. But there's just so much action with these drivers. They're extremely close to each other, and you always see something happening on track. Especially with the safety
everywhere
cars
as well, like all the way up and down the grid as well. It's not even like it's just the front few drivers. It's everywhere. There's people fighting, even for last position and stuff. It's really good to see. Like even if you're not tracking the the relative position of driver in relation to another. So yeah, as we wait for everybody to load in, and then we will have our formation lap for the sprint race. Looks like it's going to be dry again, nice and sunny. And away we go for the formation lap. So we have Mackender's going to be starting the race for us on this one. Futuristic will be in second. We then have Owen, Aceboy, Larson and Pretorius, Dragon and Crystals, of course, starting in 8th position.
I want to see these cars move up Radigan again. It's just so much fun to watch from the back of the field. Yeah, look at that train of cars.
Yeah, it's
of course, Icewind.
Nice looking track, isn't it? Brilliant.
Yeah. Icewind, who we are currently watching in last place, might want to try to do the same thing that we just saw Crystal do in the feature race. Icewind, a very quick driver, of course, and he might be. Oh, somebody has spun. That's Joel.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's
I think
taken very
Joel
long
is
to happen, but thankfully it's on the formation lap and not in the race.
Yes, definitely. I think Joel might be struggling a bit on this track. I think we've seen him involved in several incidents already. He's gonna be hoping for a better sprint race now.
So 9 laps. We're only getting 9 laps. I'm thinking it's going to be unlikely, but I'm praying for no safety car so we can get 9 laps of action.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're going to lose a third of the race immediately. But yeah, we'll see.
It would be interesting to just have 2 safety cars in this race.
And a 3-lap sprint to the finish.
That would be an insane race.
So yeah, a few guys at the back there starting to drop behind the rest of the pack. Mackender's actually going fairly quick now down this back straight. I think it'd be wise to start bunching everybody up a little bit now. Having said that, I read somewhere recently that tire temperature cooling down whilst waiting for the back of the grid isn't actually a thing anymore.
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm not exactly sure how it works anymore, but yeah, people have said that it doesn't matter too much if you have to wait for a long time. Everybody's starting on the medium tires, by the way. There's nobody who's trying to take a gamble here on the soft tires. I don't think they would make the 9 laps, or at least not in a condition that you'd want them to be in.
No, exactly.
Right.
Okay, so that's the last guys lining up now.
As we're now getting ready to start, as everybody has lined up on the grid. And we have 2 lights, 3, 4, 5. And away we go! Very good start from McKender in P1, and we see a very slow start from somebody behind. I think that's Ace Boy is not having a good start here. Yeah, McKender keeping that P1 for now. Futuristic right behind, but Owen is on the attack for P2. I think Owen has overtaken him now. Futuristic down to P3. Behind them we have Larson and Ace Boy battling for P4 and 5. And behind that I'm not sure what exactly is going on because the timing screen is, well, the same as always. Oh, Sonny
crashes on Radion.
Yeah, Sonny and Lindevinkie both out of the race now. And a safety car, full safety car.
Involved in that as well.
Oh yeah,
So,
that is gonna be really bad.
I didn't quite catch that from my perspective. I watched it on the mini map there, but
yeah, I would guess
3 or 4 guys getting it wrong.
I would guess that it's something between Crystal and Sonny because I think those two started in P8 and 9. I didn't see it either, but that wouldn't make sense to me. Sonny has now left the session. Yeah, not a very good start into this race for those two, and for Crystal as well. Crystal was going to be looking to make a positions here, but it's going to be hard from the very back, and with just 6 laps left.
What do we think here, though? Do we think can they? They can pick, can't they? So can we maybe see a soft tire change from Crystals?
I would actually assume so. Yeah, I think we're gonna see maybe not even just Crystal. I could actually see somebody else trying to take a gamble here from the back. Maybe someone like, well, maybe not Icewind because he's gonna try to do the normal strategy. But yeah, I could see some pit stops here if somebody's willing to do those 6 laps that we're probably gonna have left at the end. We did see McKender. I think, how many laps did McKender do in the feature race? I think it was 6 or 7 laps on the soft tires, and he did pretty well till the end.
Yeah, they were pretty worn when he finished the race, but yeah, like you say, he seemed to have decent pace on them. So yeah, that's the first third of the race gone, basically. As we wait for the restart. Of course, safety car hasn't picked up any of the leaders yet.
And Danny does take the opposite strategy here. Danny is taking the gamble to go on the softs.
I think Danny might have damage actually as well.
We're gonna check this. We're gonna watch his pit stop, see if he gets his wing changed. And yes, I think they are in fact ready with the wing. Yes, Danny did have wing damage as well. So seems like there was quite some cars involved at the incident there at the start, and Danny is going for the medium tires.
So let's see what Crystals is putting on his car. He's coming out on soft, so he is indeed going for that fast race to the end there.
And I mean, it could pay off if there's a second safety car later on. That could be a very good strategy call here.
Dragon asking if that crash was on stream.
No, I don't think we caught any of that.
It was a bit of chaos. It's very difficult to see what exactly happened there. I think a lot of guys tripping over one another, but of course in such a high-speed corner as well. As soon as one person makes a mistake, very easy for the following guys to avoid it. And again, with the kind of speeds you're going on there, it's so easy just to run wide off the track, crash into the wall, bounce back off the wall into the track again, and of course you end up wiping out several guys doing that. As Pretorius leaves the session now, what's going on here?
There seems to be some connection issues today. I'm gonna try to invite him back.
Assuming that he's still on Steam, of course.
Yeah, what tends to happen for me is that just Steam completely crashes.
Yeah, hopefully we can get him back in again. I mean, if the previous race is anything to go by, we will have another lap of safety cars, so he has got a sort of decent amount of time to quickly get back in again. Danny and Crystal's here, catching up with the rest of the pack. No message yet about whether the safety car is going to come in, so yeah, it looks like we are going to get one more lap. And hopefully be racing again soon.
Yeah, as you said, we have already lost a whole third of the race with just this one safety car. So it's already gonna be a sprint till the end, as Pretorius now rejoins. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so please no more major incidents, guys. We want to see some racing. Oh,
as you say that. Yeah, I wonder what happened there. I think it's just two cars lightly tapping each other, but yeah, of course they get a 5-second penalty as soon as anything happens under safety car.
Which of course is a shame because it means Joel is, I think that would have been Vance probably bumping into the back of Joel as he Constantino into the corner there, and of course that means Joel gets penalised with him, which yeah, isn't exactly fair, but yeah, you know, these are the rules we play by, unfortunately.
Zod also has a 5-second penalty, and Joel has 2 of them. I'm not exactly sure why Joel has 2 5-second penalties, but yes, he does.
So Danny, having already pitted for a new front wing, now pits again for softs.
Ah, so he does make that move.
Yeah, Gerla joins him as well. I don't think Gerla was involved in any incident, so I think that was purely strategic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he didn't want to pit on the other lap because Crystal was gonna have to pit after the incident.
Of course, yeah.
Didn't want to double stack there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Alright, let's take a quick look at the position changes. We have Owen getting ahead of Futuristic at the start, Larson getting ahead of Ace Boy. For some reason Pretorius is losing positions now. I don't know why, but Dragon's AI just got past Pretorius. But he is trying to take that position back now. We'll see if he's allowed to, I don't think so. Yeah, just Codemasters things, you know.
Yeah, just try and keep it clean. Hope that there's no more. Yeah, it's tricky when you're in a situation like that where there's a funny pass or something, and then you're told by the game to give the position back and whatnot, and of course it confuses all the drivers following you. Everybody starts braking, and then the guys haven't left enough, space, end up tapping, and of course that's obviously a situation like what we have with Vance and Joel there, unfortunately. Yeah, it's surprisingly difficult to follow a safety car, which is coming in on this lap, so we'll be underway again shortly.
One of the big winners of the race start was Icewind, by the way. He got up to P11 from last place, so he might be looking to get some good points today here.
He's managed to jump half the field there. He's done very well.
Of course, it does help that. Yeah.
Curious to see how these soft runners are going to cope with the traffic. Of course, we did see this last week in Spain, where a couple of the guys at the back switched onto softs, and well, no, what Spain? Sorry, it was Silverstone, and of course there was overtakes right the way down to the front there. Got very frantic.
Now we're going again. McKender leading the field here down the start and finish straight. I think Larson and Aceboy might be the two that are getting the closest here. Aceboy almost trying to make a move on the inside here already. Zod getting past Snell Henke, but they're just switching positions left and right.
I think everybody has survived the first turn. A couple of guys running slightly wide round onto the runoff area there, but generally speaking everyone has made it through. Crystals is already up on position. Is now chasing Vans down towards Guardian.
We have Dragon with a double slipstream here. Dragon is trying to make a move on Aceboy with the slipstream, but Aceboy is now trying to get past Larson. And, oh, he doesn't make the move stick. Yes, that looked very close. And now Dragon also moves past Larson.
Icewind also making a position change there as he passes. I think that was Zod he was going side by side with coming down the back straight. There's a...
Larson hasn't given up yet.
Strange bit of rubber banding going on towards the back of the race there, so some kind of lag there, which is...
Larson and Dragon are still going side by side here. They've been going side by side for several corners now, as Larson's teammate Pretorius is now right behind them. And further up the grid, we have a battle for P1. McKender and Futuristic getting extremely close to the race lead here. I think Owen just took P1.
His Gerla looks like he spun around there. That's unfortunate
yes.
for him. So the soft tie is not quite up to temperature yet before he started pushing it there by the looks of things.
Yeah, so Owen just took the race lead, then behind them we now have McKender and Futuristic in P2 and 3. Oh, we have a lot of cars really close to each other. Dragon is still right behind Ace Boy. Both of those guys really want to get past Futuristic here.
Ooh,
Ace Boy is making the move.
The corner,
yeah, Ace Boy is diving down the inside. Futuristic has to go off track here and takes a 5-second penalty. Dragon behind them is struggling.
Oh, and there's another crash.
Oh
there.
yes,
Two or
I
three
think
cars
that.
involved in this time.
Yeah, I think that might have been a consequence of everybody else in front of them getting caught out as well.
Yeah,
I think people were just getting confused.
Joel has front wing damage there. He's lucky he's right at the pit entrance, so he's able to pit immediately. Henke, I think, was involved in that, but doesn't have any damage from what I can tell.
Oh, Joel gets a 5.
Joel
Yeah.
tires. Yeah.
Futuristic still right behind Ace Boy, very close to his back. Oh, Crystal is making
Watching
moves.
Crystals is down past Vans. There's somebody else coming down to try and go 3 wide, possibly. This is very close. There's a bit of dust being kicked up, some wheel banging going on there, but Crystals looks like he's comfortably to 10th now. Vans is defending pretty hard from Crystals at the minute.
Oh, something happened to McKender. Yes, McKender has spun and got wing damage.
Yep, and he's stuck there for a while now as well. I hope he doesn't get disqualified for this. He needs to get moving as quick as possible.
Yeah, he made a small move there. Yeah. And he's now turned back around. Crystal, meanwhile, making moves here. Crystal trying to get past Vance this time.
Yeah, Danny as well.
Taking the outside here.
Work.
That is a beautiful move. Yeah.
This guy.
As McKender now retires from the session. Is that on track? Yeah, it must have been.
I think he's is on track, but he's slightly off. I don't know if he maybe spun again. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Watching Chief saying, "What is this race? Welcome to F2, man. We have this every week. This is crazy.
Yeah, every single week it's the same thing." I don't think we've had a single race that's not a complete mess yet. Not even just a sprint race or something. It's always just everybody battling and spinning. And now we have Danny. Yeah, we have Danny making a move here on Vance, but he might want to stay behind for a bit because he doesn't want to. Well, he's gonna get DRS up the car in front anyway. He's gonna try to keep within that 1 second window of Crystal. As now Pretorius is making moves. Pretorius going up into P3 here, I think. Yeah, he's already past Futuristic. He didn't even...
He made that look quite straightforward, didn't he? But then he had full DRS, and it looked like he had a very good good run out of the previous corner there too. I think Draken is now putting Futuristic under quite a lot of pressure as well. So it's all happening all the way up and down.
I'm gonna take a quick look again at the tires here. We have Crystal and Danny in P8 and 9, so the gamble seems to have paid off. I think the soft tires are the right tire for now at least. They might struggle a bit towards the end of the race though.
Having said that, if they can try and keep it clean, there are a couple of guys further up ahead of them who've got time penalties from cutting corners and whatnot. So.
By the way, Futuristic has 10 seconds of penalties, so Futuristic is gonna drop down quite a bit at the end of the race. Zod also 8 seconds, and Vance 5 seconds, so there's still some
yellow
points
flag
for
from,
taking.
I think that is
George,
has
yes.
spun around there, yeah. Oh, there's somebody else involved in that as well, Max Spilz, I think.
Yes, he has lost quite a few positions there.
Doesn't look like there's no damage on either of them, so I think it's just a straightforward spin from the two of them. We're coming into the closing stages of this race now, only 3 laps left now.
Icewind is now trying to take positions here. He's trying to get past Futuristic at least for P5.
Oh, Crystal sends it past Zod on the start-finish straight now.
Yeah, but he's going to have to be careful because the cars behind are going to have DRS now while he doesn't. Yeah. And Zod is already gaining. Behind them, of course, also Danny, who's also on the soft tires. He was going to have DRS and the double slipstream. Zod doesn't get a good run here, but Danny definitely does. Danny's gaining on Crystal, Danny's making moves here.
Oh,
And I'm
they're
not
3
seeing
wide
anything here.
almost.
Yes, they were 3 wide for just a bit there. And I'm not getting good camera angles
Big,
at all.
that's a big lockup from Danny there, which has allowed Crystals to get side by side with him now around the outside of the next corner. Danny pushes him slightly wide there. I think that was just.
You know what? Zod is trying to get
back.
back
He makes it
into
stick
this.
regardless.
Yeah!
Oh, Crystals has gone
Crystal
wide.
very wide, very wide. And still fighting with Zod here. Now Zod is the one going too wide.
Again.
Oh! Yeah, that's a wing gone. That's the race over for... definitely for Crystal, maybe for both of them.
Yeah, I think I don't think Zod escaped that either. He also has that. Yep, right end plate is now missing.
Oh, another
it's looking so
spin!
good for
Futuristic!
Crystals.
Futuristic
Oh,
has
there's the
also
yellow flag.
spun. Yes, Futuristic is sideways on track. But he doesn't have wing damage, but he's down in P12 now. And he does have the time penalties. So that might be another race over.
I think you're right. That's his evening finished, unfortunately.
Meanwhile, things are actually starting to calm down now that everybody has spun
another
out.
yellow flag.
Yep,
Just
that's
as you say
Gorla.
that, I think it's Gerla this time. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, everybody's struggling on this track.
Not Pretorius though. He sets the fastest lap.
Oh, Pretorius. Classic. But we do have Ace Boy in the DRS window right behind them. So Pretorius is not quite free to go yet. But he is also within 1 second of Owen now.
Top 3 are all within a second of one another. So yeah, we've got this lap and the next to go, and yeah, this race is far from over. Just watching Pretorius is just slowly eking ever closer to the back of Owen there. The gap's now down to half a second.
We have Larson right at the back of Vans, a bit further down the grid in P7 and 8. Those two are fighting for the last few. Oh, never mind.
Oh no!
Never mind.
Vans is in the wall.
Yeah, I think I cursed somebody again. Sorry for that one. Yeah.
This is crazy. So we've got how many is that now? Five guys retiring out of a 9-lap race.
That is insane. Yeah, I think that might be the highest retirements per lap that we've ever seen
I think so.
for this league.
Pretorius is still catching. I mean, the gap is not closing particularly quickly, but he is still catching. He's just put in a purple sector 2 as well.
Yeah. Pretorius getting very close to Owen.
He'll be trying to get up behind the back of Owen towards the end of this lap, presumably with a view to making a move in the DRS straight. That would make the most amount of sense.
Yes, he doesn't.
It before then, which we have seen before. So
He could try that, but I think he's gonna stay behind for now. And then try to make a move down the very long straight, because that's a very easy move to make, and you won't have people getting back at you if you make the move cleanly.
Take advantage of the DRS when there's only one DRS straight left, and you're unlikely to be passed again.
Crystal's staying out. I think Crystal might be hoping for people to take penalties ahead of him and maybe jump back into the points positions here, even with the... I think it was a lot of wing damage, actually.
Owen Pretorius is going for it now. He's going around the outside of Owen, coming onto the back straight there. They're side by side now. Pretorius is
and he's passed. He's already ahead by...
So is he going to be able to hold on to this then? Oh,
yeah,
Owen already right back on him.
I think if you get a good run out of Radiant, you have a very good chance to just get past the other car with almost half a straight to go.
We just go through the name now. And, Owen is still all over the back of Pretorius. He's slightly wide there, but yeah, still pushing.
As Icewind takes the 3-second penalty in 4th position, that might allow Dragon to get back past him.
While watching this to Danico, who's actually made it up to 6th now from the back after switching onto soft tyres, so he's really making that strategy work.
Yeah, and if he gets close enough, he might still get... Oh, is it the last lap already?
This is the last lap already, yep.
every single time, it's just suddenly the last lap. Alright. Yeah, it does seem like Pretorius is going to keep that now.
Just,
he does have half a second on Owen, but we do have one more straight to go.
Yeah, we might see a very late dive here, which would be a little on the reckless side from this far back, but we'll see. Oh, he's coming
Pretorius
in,
is
though.
going defensive. Yeah, Pretorius took the defensive line very well there, and oh,
so nearly.
Ooh.
Well held, sir. Well held.
Oh, Pretorius took a penalty somewhere. Wait, did he?
He must
Or
have
is
done,
that the game?
Ace Boy crosses the line and takes second.
Wait, did Icewind just... What happened to Icewind?
We were so busy watching the start of the race though, the front runners there, we didn't actually get to see what happened there. It's a bit strange. I'm not sure what happened.
He just suddenly retired, apparently. I did not see him retiring. Did he send it into the wall in the last corner? Yeah, that is odd.
Yeah, strange one. I couldn't say what happened exactly there. It does look
Gorlap!
like his... Oh, yeah, just
Oh yeah, that's... okay, he's doing the bagels, he's doing the bagels. I'm not 100% sold that the first one was intentional.
No, I'm not either. Yeah, that was strange. I'm not sure what happened there. We were too busy watching that phenomenal save on the start-finish straight there from Owen, I think it was. It went completely sideways right there. Danny Cole picks up driver of the day from the game for this race. Rightly so as well. He came from quite a way back. So,
yeah, very, very interesting race to watch again. Very exciting. So much action. And so many safety cars again. Which is kind of typical at this point. We have Pretorius taking another fastest lap, which is also typical at this point. Yeah, but very, very close racing here. And
how do we choose a driver of the day from this?
Oh, you're asking very interesting questions. I think there was a lot of drivers who were having really good. We had one really good race, but then had some real big trouble in the other one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think my vote might go to Pretorius again. He took pole position, he took 2 fastest laps, and he took a podium in both races as well.
Yeah.
So very good racing from him.
I think I will agree with you on that one as well. I think yeah, Pretorius for driver of the day this evening. But yeah, very difficult to call. It's like you say, you see some drivers doing well in one race and then not at all in the next race, and yeah, it very much dives back and forth all the time in this series.
Definitely a shout out to Owen as well, though. He hung on to that first position for quite a long time there, even with Pretorius breathing down his neck. So yeah, good job from him as well, and good job from all the other drivers who did well in even just one race. It seems like it wasn't too easy.
Of course, it was Pretorius that had that massive save on the start-finish straight there, I think, as well. I think I accidentally said that was Owen. But,
no, I think it was Owen. I think it was Pretorius
it?
ahead, and then Owen almost spinning.
Yeah, that was yeah, very well held.
Okay, so any drivers who want to talk to us, feel free to join the interviews channel. We're definitely going to be looking forward to talking to some of you and seeing your perspective of the race.
Yeah, quite a lot of craziness in that one. I think there'll be a few reports to the FIA as well, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, we do always see a lot of action in F2, but it is always there's always some incidents that will lead to FIA reports as well. It might be more fun to watch than it is to drive sometimes, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. So, have we got anybody that wants to come for a chat? I don't think anyone wants to talk to us today. A few guys in the other channels. I could just start pulling them out at random.
Yeah, let's just pull on Bailey and ask him for his opinion on the F2 races. Yeah, there's some guys in the old people channel. I don't think any of them are particularly old even. Huh. So Crystal, Futuristic, Orla, Sonny, any of you want to come for an interview?
Anybody?
Huh.
I mean, we'll give them maybe a minute or so, and then I'm just going to start pulling people in.
Yeah.
That'll be that.
Well, for the championship, it's of course going to be Pretorius extending his lead even more now, especially with I think McKender not having the best race here. I don't think Nicolaitis even started today. I think he missed this race. Yeah, so Pretorius is going to be extending his gap by quite a bit here.
He had a very strong race in the last race as well, did Nicolaitis. So yeah, it's a shame that he's not here to try and capitalize on that again. Of course, I think he got driver of the day last week, I believe.
Yeah, I believe we gave it to him. Pretorius also had a very good race in Britain, but I think we didn't want to give it to him every single race. So
yeah.
Yeah, Pretorius is definitely. Oh, we finally have somebody in the interviews channel.
Hey, okay. Who should we start with? We've got looks like we've got Ace Boy and we've got Owen in there to speak to.
Well, let's grab Ace Boy first, I'd say.
Yep, let's pull Ace Boy in. Hello, Ace Boy. Some
Hello.
Pretty busy racing today. I think you had an incident you were making me aware of there in the first race on a rejoin, I think, from somebody else, and a bit of a collision there possibly. But then a really good race in the second race and picking up a second position there.
Yeah, I was hoping for that podium in the first race actually, but I hope the FIA does something for it, because I passed the guy, Danny, I believe, that spun, and he was trying to rejoin track, and I didn't realize until I got the penalty that I was unaware of that, and yeah, that made me lose 5 seconds, to be honest.
So was that under safety car or something? Was that under race condition? Yeah,
that was under safety car.
Yeah, okay, so that's so the game gave you a penalty for passing under yellows then, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, good race overall. Made some moves, I believe. Not sure if they were pretty enough, but yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, I do think we saw some really good moves from you in the sprint race there. I think the race start wasn't the best for you, but then you made up some positions after the race start.
Yeah, after the safety car restart, it all came back. Still didn't practice at all, to be honest. Just didn't realize how bad my start was going to be, or how difficult it was going to be. But yeah, completely messed that one up. So yeah, we'll see about that in the future. But yeah, it was quite fun.
Yeah, quite a busy couple of races. We saw a couple of safety cars and a lot of carnage. Actually, I think probably fair to say there's more accidents than what we've seen in the last couple of weeks worth of racing. But you managed to pull through really, really well, and really strong second position there in the sprint race. That was a really good performance from you.
Yeah, thank you.
So I think where are we at? I don't think we're anywhere next week, actually. I think we've got a break week next week, and then we're in Brazil the week after that. So you're looking forward to Interlagos, I think that would be.
Just racing F2 for fun, man. No practice, just for fun. See what I can do. We got Pretorius. He's an alien. He's an absolute alien on the F2, I believe.
Yeah, he's pulling out quite a lead now. I'm not sure if anyone's going to be able to catch him before the end of the season. But
yeah, but anyways, it was good fun. So yeah,
cool.
That's what's important.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Okay, well, I'll move you back. Enjoy your week off next week, and we'll see you the week after that in Brazil.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, let's pull in our sprint race winner, Owen. So a bit messy in the first race there, quite a lot of carnage going on up and down, but a victory in the sprint race there. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, crazy first race. Around the first turn, Ace Boy lost the rear end and I tapped the back of his car, so brought up a bit of wing damage and got a 5-second time penalty for some reason. And then when me and Ace Boy were towards the front, accelerated a little bit too early and spun, so it's just a recovery drive after the safety car and managed to get P6 and put me at the front for the sprint, and then just got my moves done, and I think it was a lucky win if Pretorius didn't get the penalty on the last lap. I would have been happy with a P2 either way, but it was good fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of close racing there. I couldn't remember if it was you or him. Massive sideways moment coming out of the final chicane and hanging on to it somehow.
Me.
I think that was you. Yeah, that was unbelievably well held. I was sure you're going to hit the wall there. It's crazy.
I think I would have had him if I got my exit right, because I was starting to catch him, and then I went sideways. And to say my heart dropped, I'm not going to lie, I did think I was going to bin it straight into the wall, but we managed to save that.
Yeah, that was some really good drifting.
But, wonderful save.
Yeah. Other than that, sorry, on you go.
Yeah. I think you did a very good job hanging on to those positions with all the safety cars. I don't think you were involved in any of the big incidents. There were a lot of them, but very good job keeping those positions, keeping it very consistent, I'd say, and not letting those safety cars get to you. And you did get the race win at the end by just keeping it consistently up there, fighting Pretorius. Very good job, yeah.
He's definitely not the slowest person on the grid, as he he was flying. But,
yeah,
it was good fun, and obviously Bakenda was in front for a couple of the safety cars. But we had I just watched the stream back; it wasn't on there, but we were like side by side for a lot of the turns. So a lot of respect to him as well. He's a very good driver. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, it's good fun racing him.
That was very good. So we've got Brazil in 2 weeks' time. Are you going to stick around for that one?
Take the reserve tick and see if I'm lucky enough to get picked.
Yep. Is it something you'd like to do more?
I do an F2 league on Sunday, so I have a little bit of experience for those on the next box. So I mean, why not add another race to the week? If I can get a seat, then I'm sure I'll take it.
Yeah, I know I always struggle with the F2 cars. I mean, I always find it quite cool to watch the faster guys, how they manage to make them work, but I struggle with the sort of input lag's the wrong way to describe it, but it's, they just feel laggier somehow, not as agile and very understeery, I find.
I don't know why, but that's why I like the cars. I feel like a lot of the faster F1 drivers struggle in the F2 cars, and that's where I get lucky against people like Danico and Dragon and that, who should be flying past me if this was an F1 car. But yeah, I kind of like the F2 cars. It suits my driving style. Yeah,
it certainly looks a lot of fun. Okay, well, I'll push you back into the interview lounge then. Thanks for chatting with us tonight.
Thank you.
So, that was our sprint race winner, Owen. We'll move on to our feature race winner, Crystals.
Yes.
Hello, Crystals. Congratulations on the feature race win.
Finally,
a
win for me.
Commiserations on the sprint race.
Also now I can't believe of who lost the first. It was really difficult, but I'm really happy. The sprint race was a disaster.
I think it was for many people. Yeah, there was quite some incidents there in the sprint race.
Yeah.
It was very frantic. So yeah, probably not a surprise to see so many people caught up in them. You did quite well to come back up these positions, but yeah, it wasn't quite enough for points at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I lost the wing and the race with that in the sprint race, and I finished P9. If I didn't get the penalty, I could be in the points. But I mean, one win, we lost the first, so now I'm happy.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal jump
Also,
up right from the back, and it was almost like a repeat of last week in Silverstone, where you just kind of switched onto the softs, and then you're just like 2 or 3 overtakes per lap, just about.
And after it's fun. So I mean, this is a really difficult track for the F2. I mean, sometimes we have understeer, sometimes we have oversteer, especially in the sector 2. So it isn't an easy track to drive, for sure. I didn't expect that. But I'm happy because I set like 4 laps before the race. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, did you do any practice for Spa at all? There seemed to be a lot of people getting things wrong there.
I mean, I did the 4 laps before the race. You can try.
I think there was actually quite a few people who have said that they didn't really do a lot of laps beforehand,
Yeah.
and I do think it showed as well because there was a lot of people getting caught out at some point in the race.
I mean,
So
everyone don't do practice for F2 also only before the race.
yeah, somebody has
So
said that Pretorius is the only person actually doing practice.
Pretorius and Icewind, I think, they did practice.
Yeah,
Yes, two of the
Okay.
faster guys in the league. But,
It's every time funny racing F2, except when there is a disaster like that, like in the sprint race, but it's pretty funny.
yeah, it was fun to watch as well. We had some very good battles with Dragon in the feature race, basically for pretty much all the race. Even right after the start on the mediums, it was very much fun to watch. And yeah, last to first, amazing accomplishment. Not everybody can do that.
I mean, also in the future race, I was so lucky because I overtook Dragon and Gola retired, and I was in the last turn, and after there was the safety car, so I was so lucky. But I mean, I did a really good race.
I think you were one of the first guys to actually jump from mediums onto the soft tire when the safety car came
Yeah.
out, and you managed to make them last quite a while as well. So yeah,
Finally one win for me.
yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I hope I can do the same also in F1.
So obviously no Formula 2 next week. We've got a break from Formula 2 next week. Formula 1, of course, is going to carry on, and then we're in Brazil the following week after that. Are you looking forward to that one?
Well, I don't have a good experience in Brazil in F1 with a spin in the turn 2 in F1. I hope it will not the same also in F2.
Yeah.
But I think it will be also difficult track also in Brazil, especially in sector 1 for the understeer.
Yeah, the first sort of chicane, you're kind of coming downhill there, which is it's really easy to sort of slide wide.
Also, the good thing of F2 is that the slipstream is so OP, especially in
Yeah.
Spa, in the sector 1. So in F2 are pretty funny. Sometimes maybe it's better watch than drive.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. It does look a bit of carnage. It's it's great fun for us, but
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, there's always a raft of FIA
it's
reports
good.
after.
It's good to see the carnage, but not too much for the driver.
But yeah, no, fantastic race again. Like I say, congratulations on
Yeah, thank you.
your feature race win there, and yeah, we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time in Brazil.
I hope I will do good also in Monaco, difficult track.
That's F1, of course, isn't it? This week, yeah.
That's going to be very interesting to watch as well. We're going to have to see if that's going to get close to F2 levels.
Yeah.
Also, I hope I will do good in Monaco because it was my first win last season.
Hopefully another win maybe this season.
Well, it's more difficult tier 2. I hope some points for the Red Bull team.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck with that. I'll push you back into the interview channel now. Thanks very much for chatting to us.
No problem. See you later.
Bye.
All right, I think that's all of them for now.
Yep. I think that's everybody. I suspect there's maybe 1 or 2 people that are, yeah, maybe best that they don't come into interviews, because I think there's probably a few guys that are going to be having some heated discussions after the the racing we just saw. It was a little on the messy side, but yeah.
So I did just see our driver of the day, who also passed the finish line for the sprint race in P1, Pretorius, say in chat that he does most of his practice to just make a setup for half of the grid. So yeah, Pretorius definitely a lot of practice on this track, maybe just as a side effect, and it does seem to help. Yeah, of course, next week we're going to have a break week here for Formula 2, but we're going to be back with our Formula 1 leagues in Monaco.
Yep, we're going to have the 2 infamous street circuits back to back. We're going to have Monaco and then Baku the week after that. So Yeah, so we better get some practice in.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun week with Formula One doing Baku, and we also doing Brazil for Formula 2 races. Going to be very interesting to watch, I'm sure, as Formula 2 always is.
Yep, absolutely.
So tune back in 2 weeks, or feel free to also join us for the Formula 1 streams next week again.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much us. So yeah, hope hope everybody enjoyed that. A bit messy today, but plenty of action, lots of close racing, and yeah, looking forward to 2 weeks' time.
All right, thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Goodbye.